Now, we can have people who are selfless and want to do good in the world. And then you can have narcissistic individuals who are incredibly selfish. However, they want to portray themselves as selfless to gain the admiration, to gain the sympathetic attention of how much they have to do for all of the people. You can have very self-righteous narcissistic individuals who are extremely patronising and condescending, which you'll notice with somebody who is selfless. They're not patronising. They don't make you feel icky around them. Narcissistic individuals do. Narcissistic individuals make you feel like you're not worthy, like you're not enough. And not through your own perception of being around somebody who is doing very well in life, out of their negative remarks, out of their condescending tone, their patronising attitude towards you. When it comes to a self-righteous narcissist, they will be constantly one-upping other people. They will be constantly bragging and boasting and exaggerating about who they are as a person, while belittling you or belittling somebody else to elevate themselves. You'll notice with someone who's selfless, they'll often try to just sort of get on with life. They will also praise and recognise somebody else's achievements. A self-righteous narcissist will not. They want to be better than everybody else in the room. They are incredibly judgmental of other people's lifestyles, other people's morals, other people's beliefs, other people's values. They kind of take themselves as morally superior. Narcissistic individuals often suck people in who aren't judgmental as such. You don't form a judgment on them. You trust in their word. You trust in their opinion. And we do need to make a judgment about somebody in order to protect ourselves. With a narcissistic individual, they are highly judgmental of other people in order to bring everybody else crashing down so that they can act morally superior to that individual. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have our flaws. We all have our negative habits that we have to break. We've all been through some form of suffering. A narcissistic individual enjoys picking other people apart, and the other narcissistic individuals sort of attach and swarm in and enjoy destroying somebody rather than trying to recognise what on earth another person has been through. They have a refusal to admit fault. Nothing is ever their fault. It's always the other person's doing. If they've been judgmental, if they're pulling somebody else down, if they're belittling somebody else, they're doing it for the benefit of the people in the world rather than the benefit of themselves, to make themselves feel important. They will refuse to admit fault. You can sort of advise them on how to do something and they can completely ignore your constructive feedback, and you think, okay, maybe I'm wrong in this. And then it can go wrong, and then they just turn around and say, well, why didn't you tell me? When they can't get out of it by claiming it wasn't them, they didn't do it, when it's obvious it was them. They just turn around and say, well, why didn't you tell me? You should have let me know. So they still shift the blame. They kind of act holier than thou. They never do any wrong. They're perfect. And if you point any imperfection out, they might just turn around to you and say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot you was perfect. And as you know you're not, you can sort of think, well, no, I'm not actually. And you might describe your imperfections to them to try and make them feel better, and they will use that imperfection against you. They don't sin. They don't do anything wrong. They are very happy to nitpick and be overly critical of other people. They're looking to humiliate people and shame people and point out other people's flaws and other people's mistakes so that they can feel better about themselves. They can potentially use religious beliefs or moral values to sort of take the high road as a weapon to shame and guilt another person. There are plenty of religious beliefs and they teach similar but different things. I don't know enough about all the different religions. However, you can have a religion that teaches forgiveness and yet they themselves will not forgive. They're very hypocritical. They have those double standards, but they will use religious beliefs to take the high road, to be holier than thou in order to make themselves appear better. They will use moral standings to make themselves appear better than all others. They will refuse to consider an alternative point of view. They're not interested in other people's opinions. They believe that they know better than everybody else and you should just go along with them, and if you don't go along with them, they are going to go all out to ruin your reputation in some way, to scapegoat you, to make you look like the problem. They'll be highly judgmental and critical of you. They will nitpick at you. They will make you feel so insecure around them, and they will make you feel like other people are now judging you due to them trying to ruin your reputation, spreading rumours about you. The self-righteous narcissist will often be looking down on all others because they believe themselves to be superior. They believe themselves to be better than others. They are the do-gooder. They're not the do-gooder that is just trying to be helpful, that just understands that life is hard at times, that just tries to be there, that has some time and gets that sort of sense of pride by helping other people out. They get that sense of pride by looking down on others, by look at what I can do that you're not doing. So they do look down on others. And they believe that they are always in the right. Nothing is ever their fault. They are perfect. So they are always in their right. And if they are wrong, they still believe they're in the right. They will paint it somehow to make you look like you were the one in the wrong. Again, taking the moral high road or using religious beliefs, just being that self-righteous where they know everything and you know nothing. They will go all out to outdo you because they believe that they know more than you, and they're always looking to one-up you. They're always looking to be the icing on the cake that everybody sees and everybody is amazed at. Whereas behind closed doors, there's so many things that they are hiding from the outside world, because it doesn't serve the illusion they're trying to sell to those around them. Any signs of a self-righteous narcissist that you noticed, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have several books out on Amazon: 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissist Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, and how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries. If you'd like to check those out, they'll be in the description also. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.